We begin with high school basketball. City League Championship South against Northland. Fourth quarter, Marcus Johnson, big slam. He finishes with 13 points. Bulldogs lead by 9, and they keep playing good defense. Travell Adams with the steal. He gets it up the court to Symington, who slams it home for 2 of his 14 points. South High School wins its second City League title in 3 years. Hoist that trophy, 68-51.
I've been saying since day one that this has been bigger than South High basketball, that this is about the community. And to bring all these guys out and for them to support 2 out of 3 years of city championship, it just does wonders for us as a community.
And for more on the upcoming high school basketball state tournament, let's bring in Zach Fleer from 270hoops.com. So, Zach, let's start with South. Champions of the City League, top seed in their bracket. Are they a team that can make a run and cut down the nets here in Columbus at the end?
I think so. They're 66-8 in the last 3 years, and this is, in my opinion, the most talented team that Coach Ramon Spears has had in 9 years there. They have great guard play, and in March, that's really what you need to win. And I think we saw it today with that ball pressure and the way they really put pressure on opposing defenses. They can hang out, they can mix with anybody, and I think when they go to the Bowling Green Regional, they're going to be a team that, when they face some of those top opponents, I think they have a chance to get to the state finals. And if they can play like they did today, I think they'll have a chance to, potentially win a Division II state championship.
Now, South is one of the favorites in D2. Let's talk about some of the Division I teams in Central Ohio. Dublin Kaufman just suffered their first loss of the season last night, but they're 19-1, ranked number 2 in the state. Your thoughts on the Shamrocks?
So for the Shamrocks, that was, in the preseason, the team that I had picked to win the region. They suffered a tough loss last night, but for me, I feel like that loss might have done more good than bad because they now have the pressure of going undefeated off of their backs. They have a cast of guys who can put the ball up. They have really 8 guys who can pass, dribble, and shoot, and when they get back to full strength, I think they have a chance to win the region. It's going to be tough. They're probably going to have to play Hilliard-Bradley in the regional semis, and then maybe beat Pickerington Central for the first time. And they've lost to them 3 straight years in the playoffs. So if they can get over that hump and get over that mental hurdle, I think Kaufman could be a team in the state finals that can mix it up and, maybe get to a state championship game. Yeah,
you said hurdle, Pick Central and major hurdle, 3rd in the state, already 20 wins on the season. The Tigers, what do they need to do? What's the key for them to get back to the Schottenstein Center?
They got the talent. They're super deep. Javon Garcia is a senior that has really stepped it up this season. I've been super impressed with him. With Jeremiah Francis going down before last season, he really stepped it up a year ago. But now he's, top 3, if not the best player in the area. But they have a cast of guys like Garner Wallace and Jaden Lipscomb and Colton Landis that have been there before. They have the big game experience, and they've beaten everybody that they're going to have to take down in the regional tournament this year, district tournament this year. I think if Garcia keeps playing the way he does and they can continue to get great production from guys like Garner Wallace, I think they have a chance to, get back to state finals. I think they're going to have an advantage when they play a team like Dublin Kaufman, who they've beaten 3 years in a row. And they're Pick Central. This is what they do. They win big games. They're back-to-back regional champs, so they'll have a chance to go as far as they want this year.
Yeah, for sure, the pedigree. And I know Kaufman, Pick Central get a lot of the highlights, a lot of the headlines. Hilliard-Bradley, you did mention them a minute ago. They're right there with them. Do you think Bradley has what it takes to get out of that region and beat these other teams?
Well, Dave, they've won 43 straight OCC conference games.
They own the OCC.
They own the OCC Cardinal. They have one of the best players in Matt Alaco, who the junior point guard, junior wing guard, is a winner. He reminds me a lot of Kevin Venata, who started Upper Arlington 5 years ago, led them within, a buzzer-beating 3 of a state championship. I think if Bradley can prevent those late-game stalls like they had a week ago against Harry Davidson, like they had in the regional final last year against Pick Central, I think Bradley, they got the pieces and they play the type of elite team defense where, when it's a knockout, slobber knocker type of game, they can win those type of games, and when you have a leader like Alaco, they can get it done.
Okay, let's cut our enrollment a little bit. Let's go to D3. Worthington Christian, one of the favorites, 2 seed in their bracket. Harvest Prep, the 1 seed. Who's the team to beat in that region?
It's Harvest Prep. They have been to the state finals 3 of the last 4 years, I believe. They have the best Division III player in C.J. Anthony, and they're the 1 seed. And in Division III, nobody wanted to go to their bracket. Everybody went to Worthington Christian. Worthington Christian's a great team, don't get me wrong. They have a freshman there, DJ Moore, who is a big-time talent. I think he has what it takes to maybe be a high major player, but right now it's Harvest Prep. But with Worthington Christian, though, still with those guys, they have guys like Nakimba Mullins, they have guys like Tyler Kinberg that really know how to play. They're going to miss, though, Derek Harden, who's a senior that was their best shooter this year. He tore his meniscus. He's out for the rest of the season, so that does hurt their depth. But I feel like Harvest Prep, with Coach David Dennis, they play elite team offense. They defend at a high level. They're going to go to the Athens region, which they won it. That's the place they've gone the last couple of years when they went to the state finals. That's where they're going this year. And if they could have a matchup with Wheelersburg in the regional semis, regional final, that could be a big-time game that, you know, anyone going to OU, you're going to want to see that matchup, because Tanner Holden for Wheelersburg, Wright State commit, big-time player. He had 32 points against Harvest Prep in the regional semis last year. So that could be a regional final matchup for them to get back to the States.
We have about 30 seconds left. Let's talk Afrocentric girls. They win the City League, no surprise. I hate to do this to a bunch of teenagers, but is it state title or bust for the Lady Nubians?
Absolutely. When you have a McDonald's All-American as your point guard, and you have 3 girls over 6 foot in your starting lineup, you know, they're bigger than a lot of boys teams I've seen. And Sakima Walker, anyone who knows Whitehall basketball in the 90s, that's Samaki Walker's daughter. She's 6'5", a shot blocker supreme. When you have her with Jordan Horston, they have the pieces to go back to the state and win a state title. All
right, Zach, great stuff. Remember, for more information on the state basketball tournament, you can always get on 270hoops.com.